Have you ever wanted to make more friends, but you don't know how, and you're an introvert, and you're an adult, so it just makes it that much harder? Well, I got a request to make this episode today, and I am also an adult and an introvert, and I don't have a million friends, but I will say the friends I do have are very solid friends, so I felt like I could speak a little bit on this topic, and I also did some research to help y'all make some good friends, some quality friendships, so let's get into it. If you don't know, an introvert is basically somebody that gets their energy from being alone. But we don't like to always be alone. It's nice to have some social time too. As humans, we need social time, right? We need some social interaction up in this bit. So it's important to have a support system and people that you can rely on and people that you can have a good time with. So I would say the first step is setting your friendship standards, because I've been this person before, unfortunately, where I'm just kind of lonely and I just want to make new friends. I'm also, on top of that, a people pleaser, which makes me feel like sometimes I'm in a position where I'm trying to impress the other person. And it's brought me some people in my life that I didn't jive with, and I didn't realize it until it was kind of too late. So, or not too late, but it was like at the point where we had been friends for so long that it was harder to end the friendship. And yeah, I could have avoided it if I would have just set some standards for my friends, which I have now. I'm going to read you my clear definition of a friend. I said, a friend is someone that consistently treats me with basic human respect, speaks kindly to me, supports me, keeps my secrets, is genuine, down to earth, loyal, respects my relationship, reciprocates effort and makes time for me, lifts me up, is determined and ambitious, a good influence, respects my boundaries, is honest, we have similar values, doesn't talk behind my back, and has healthy conflict resolution. So that's like a very long worded definition, but the more specific you get, the better. And you don't have to have my exact definition, but it really helps to make your own definition of a friend first. That way you can make sure you're attracting quality friendships. And if you also are setting your standards for friendships, then you can be on the lookout when you're meeting a new person and wondering if they could be a potential friend. That way, if they show like either a red flag or a green flag, you will know, okay, this is someone I want to be friends with, or this is someone I don't want to be friends with. So yeah, those are qualities that I look for in a friend. And if I'm hanging out with somebody and then I catch them in a lie, or I feel like we don't hold the same values, then I'm not going to proceed with a friendship with that person. And I think that's something that I used to try to ignore because I just wanted friends. Like I said, I was like, I'm just sick of being lonely. I just want company. But at this point in my life, I'm an adult. You're an adult if you're watching this, I'd assume, or else I don't know why you clicked on the video titled How to Make Friends as an Adult. But yeah, I feel like it just gets you into trouble when you just sacrifice your own standards just for the sake of having company and quality over quantity, because it's better to be alone than to be around the wrong people, trust me. Basically, it just protects you from getting into friendships with the wrong kind of people. It will save you so much drama, so much heartache, so much pain. It will really save you just so much. So pick what your definition of a friendship is, like clearly write it out like I did, and remember what your standards are and don't settle for less. It's just like a relationship. I feel like trying to make friends is just like dating. If someone doesn't meet your standards, then there's billions of other people in the world that will meet your standards. So don't settle. Here's some ways that you can actually introduce yourself to people, and especially if you're an introvert, these will be easier ways because they're more specific than just like going out and trying to talk to somebody random. Like that can be really intimidating as an introvert. I feel like not every introvert is shy, but probably most of us tend to be more on the shy side. I know I kind of can be, but also I don't really have too big of an issue going out of my way to give someone, for example, a compliment. That's my first thing you could do, is give someone a compliment. You see a girl in a cute workout outfit, be like, hey girl, I really like your outfit, where'd you get it, or whatever. Just make sure it's a genuine compliment, and as long as you're being genuine and authentic, that's a great conversation starter, honestly. And hey, if they don't really want to engage with you, or they're just like thanks and then they kind of brush you off, or they act weird, then there you go. Made it that much easier for you because you already know, oh, that's not someone I want to be friends with, right? 2 is to go out and do things you enjoy. That could be going to the gym, doing yoga, maybe you take a sewing class, a dancing class. I feel like one way that I've been making friends lately is I've been dancing and I've been going to dancing classes. And when I'm feeling a little, dare I say, extroverted, I will go up to a girl in the class and be like, "You're so amazing at dancing," or like, "You're so talented," or once again, I'll compliment their outfit or something. And yeah, it just opens. I feel like when you go out and do things you enjoy, you're gonna meet people that you jive with that much easier because you instantly automatically have something in common. So get out of your comfort zone and go do something that you love, especially when it's in a group setting, because you could meet some really cool people, and the fact that they already have a similar interest as you, that's an easy thing to talk about. You can probably easily talk for hours about that subject if it's something you're really, really passionate about. Okay, the next one might be a little bit like, I don't know, not the most reliable, but Facebook groups actually. You can make friends that way if you join Facebook groups of, once again, things you're interested in. You can make like some online friends. Obviously, just be careful and don't trust people over the internet easily, and like still protect yourself and protect your boundaries. But yeah, this could be a cool way. I have met people through the internet before, many times actually. I've never really had anything happen, but I'm also very protective, and like I make sure they're a real person. I make sure they're who they say they are. And it's not really like I meet someone on the internet and then we meet up in person. It's more like maybe a friend of a friend, and I'll talk to them over the internet and then we kind of like hang out in person or something. But it's never like a complete stranger. I always have like a verified source that they're who they say they are and they're a real human being and like all that stuff. So yeah, be careful, of course, but that's an option. Next thing is probably even more, I don't know, it might be even worse than Facebook groups, because I was gonna say Reddit. Reddit can be so many things. It could be used for like people hating on other people, or it could be used for like very niche groups of people. For example, I really like dubstep, and specifically it's called rhythm dubstep. It's a subgenre of dubstep. It's very, very niche. So I joined dubstep Reddit, and like that's another cool way to make some friends, even if you never really meet them in person. Just to talk with them online is kind of cool sometimes, even if you're just like sending music back and forth. But yeah, next thing is to be patient. Just because you go up to a girl at the gym, you compliment her outfit, it's not like you guys are going to instantly be besties, and you actually don't want that, because you do need to get to know somebody first. They could be super cool at first, and then you get to know them more, and then you're like, oh, I didn't know that about them. That doesn't really match my standards. So be patient and don't expect them to want to hang out with you instantly. Take your time with it. You know, maybe you see them once, you compliment them, and then you see them a couple more times, you have small conversations. And then maybe after you've seen them, like, I don't know how many times, you have to use your best judgment. Maybe then you ask them to hang out. But yeah, don't come off like you're desperate. Like, oh my God, I love your outfit. Can we be best friends forever? Like, unfortunately, I've literally said that exact phrase before. I'm not proud of it, but we've learned, we've grown, and we've learned. And that's why I felt like I could make this podcast today, because I've learned not to do that. I've learned from my own mistakes, and I want you to learn from my mistakes too. But yeah, ask them once you feel like you've made enough of a familiarity with them and like they're familiar with you. Ask them to hang out, ask them to get a workout together, you know? And if you're too nervous to do that, you could even throw a shindig at your place and invite them. You could do that, honestly, and make a lot more friends at once. Like, let's say you have a handful of acquaintances at the gym, and then you decide, hey, I'm going to have a game night at my gym, at my at my house. I'm going to throw a game night and invite the girlies at the gym, my gym acquaintance girlies. And maybe you guys all become closer from that. Maybe you form like your own girl group, and that would be so cool, right? But yeah, that's another suggestion. You could throw a little shindig and invite some people. I know it can be really hard as an introvert to go out of your way to make friends, especially when you feel like, no, I'm okay. I don't really need to hang out with people because I feel more energized on my own. That's valid, totally. But there are moments where, if you're anything like me, I do have my days where I'm like, okay, I do feel super energized from being by myself, but also like I really just want to go get boba with one of my girlies, or I really just want to hang out with somebody and play video games or something like that. I get those moments. I feel like I need to hang out with somebody at least once a week or once every other week. You might be different. Maybe you only need to hang out with a friend like once a month. I don't know. But basically, we all need support systems and we all need people in our life. Sometimes it can be unhealthy to just like push people away or avoid people just because you're an introvert. Like I've done that so many times. I'm like, oh, I'm an introvert. So like I just don't want to interact with anybody. But then I'm left bored and lonely on a Friday night. So don't get too caught up in the labels and don't think that just because you're an introvert, you don't need to see anybody ever or leave your house ever, because life is too short to do that. It can definitely be harder too as an adult because everybody's kind of busy. You know, when you're kids, it's so easy to make friends, or even like in college, I felt like it was really easy to make friends because everybody wants to make friends. But when you become an adult, everybody's got their own responsibilities and they're doing their own things. So that's why I say just make it easier for yourself and go do things that you love, because even as adults, there's a lot of people that will make time to do things that they love. So it makes it easier to hang out with that friend too, because it's like if they're going to a dance class already, you guys go together, it's like a win-win. They were already going to go to the class. So it's not like they have to set aside even more time to hang out with you. You get what I'm saying? That's why it makes it so much easier if you just go out and do things you love. But overall, the moral of the story is definitely remember your worth, and remember, like I said earlier, it's better to be alone than to be with the wrong people. Make sure these people meet your standards. Don't just settle for whoever. Don't just settle for whoever you can like party with, or don't settle for people that just want to be around you to use you, or they want to be around you just to fill a void within themselves. Make sure you're around people and make friends with people that truly value you and align with you. Most importantly, they align with you, they respect you, they're kind to you, because yeah, it's really important for your mental health. If you're around people that don't do all those things, they can make you feel like shit about yourself, and it can really impact your mental health. Trust me, I've been there. And don't be afraid to cut off friendships that don't align with you, because trust me, I've been there too. And it can be really hard to cut somebody out when they've been your friend for so long. But like, there are more people out there. And yeah, that's how you make friends as an introvert and an adult. I know this is kind of a shorter episode. This was a request, so I do take requests. Let me know in the comments what other topics you would like me to make episodes about. And I really hope this was helpful. Let me know if you try any of these things too. I'm really curious. I want to hear some success stories, or if you have any tips that you can think of, leave them in the comments. But yeah, girly, I will see you in the next episode, and go check out this last episode if you missed it.